In the distance is the chalk cliffs heading up to the Needles, so we're on the west side of the island. And inland you got some forestry and some, I think, quite a bit of National Trust land right up in the distance there. But we're due to get sun this afternoon and all day tomorrow as well. There are several fishing lakes here. I'm not an expert. They said this one is called Trout, so I presume that means it's got trout in it. But the sun is trying to come out, and there's another one just past the sort of scarecrow thing in the middle, past where that boat is. I'm just packing up and going to head up the coast road and get to these Needles, which is, I don't know, 20 minutes away. There's a big car park there, and it looks a bit like Land's End, a bit too touristy. But the batteries is what I'm after, so we're going to walk along from there to the batteries. Look what's happened, the sun has come out. First view of the Needles. And I'm going to head up there for a walk and find these batteries. To get to this Needles, there's one main car park which is down at the tourist Alum Bay tourist attraction. It looks to me a bit like what you find at Land's End. So don't need to go there really. There's a man at the box. You have to pay when you come in. So it's £6 for cars all day. £10 if you're a campervan. I mean, I'm not taking up much more space than a normal car. But if you're a National Trust member, you get £2 off. So for a campervan, it's £8 instead of £10. So make the most of it. Come here, have a picnic in your van, and I think it closes at 4 o'clock, which is quite early, but that's right. Once I've walked a couple of miles, time to head back. But there's a big car park here, plenty of space, and at the bottom is the touristy bits. Yeah, got a sign here just as you start to head up. Got Needle's old battery, which has got an entrance charge. New batteries free, and there's a tea room. So we've got sandstone cliffs here, as opposed to the chalk on the west coast, or maybe there's some chalk down there as well. But that's the car park filling up. You can see the circus tent. I don't know, but you can get down to the bottom somehow and then come up the chairlift, so that might be one thing I do. Whoa, wind's picked up. I decided not to bring a coat. It's quite warm and probably be breezy at the end, but I'm a bit warm at the moment. So I think there's steps down there, Alum Bay, and where there's a little pier, and then there's a pier with a little hut on it, and that's the bottom of the chairlift, which takes you back up to the car park at the top. It's quite busy already. It's only 10:30. Alternatively, you could do this on a bus. Island breezer. Breeze around the island. Where's the fun in that? Just looking back again, where we've come from. I don't know if you can see, right in the middle, just is Hurst Castle. There's some sunshine on it with a lighthouse. So that's the Hurst bit and the castle on the end of that, which was closest to Victoria Fort where we were yesterday. So nice to see it in the sunshine. This is the first one we come to, is the Needle's old battery. I think this is the one where you've got to pay or show your National Trust card, and hopefully at the top we get some good view of those needles and the lighthouse. Made it into the old battery. This is Victorian. I think the date was 1862. So again, the Victorian part of the Victorian defences to keep the French out. And we'll certainly see if this dead cat is working on this microphone. Yeah, lots of information. It was about £8 to get in if you're not a National Trust member. So over this edge we're going to see the lighthouse, hopefully. Room to visit there. The tea room, that's the tea room. So there are lots of signs around telling you what they were. Can you just see at the top right? Peeping over the defences. Suppose we're on the edge of the island, so it's bound to be breezy, isn't it? There are various rooms underneath that. That was the entrance there, so I might explore those in a bit. I'm trying to get as close as I can. Oh, there's another room over there. People are in. All that chalk. It's the best view you're going to get. Just come down a fantastic Victorian spiral staircase, wrought iron, into this tunnel, which will take us out to the nearest point to the Needles. Oop. Thank you. You're welcome. Cheers.
We're all on a mission.
Wow.
Not good for the rats either. Thank you.
Searchlight. This was the 1899 searchlight position, I think it said. Yeah, 1899. I'm going to get a look out there in a minute. Unfortunately, we're caged in here. Look at the chalk. The lighthouse was started in 1859, and then it was, the last person to leave was in 1994, where Trinity House automated it. But they still have people go and clean the lenses every now and again. You can see a fort on the end of that land, which I can't remember what the name of it, but it was the closest point to Hurst Castle, where you see that other lighthouse. And that's the searchlight. I just realised I wondered why it was so dark down here. I've got my shades on. I'm going to show you this Victorian staircase, that's cool. Not much light here, but look at the base. Each step is only 1.5 feet wide. I'll take a picture of the top. We're now coming to the laboratory, which is one of the rooms near the entrance. Putting the right ingredients in to load in the shells. This is the cartridge store for 9-inch guns. There's a good model here of the battery. The candle was put behind a window for obvious reasons, and also it is air cooled. There are vents. Right, we've just come up to a top part, and I'll show you the view in front of me. If you're scared of heights, skip the next minute. And we've got a good view of the old battery here and the parade ground. And the cafe was in that building there. And this was the lookout room, or northern position finding cell. So that's looking through the window, Hurst Castle. And the narrow entrance. So that's the old battery done, and we're going to head up there now. Radar station, there's Coast Guard cottages, there's the new battery. and a rocket testing station. That'd be fascinating. So that's up that way. And just looking to the left, you can see Alum Bay and the two little piers, one of which had the cable car in it. Picked a good day for this. So I think we've made our way up to the new batteries or bunkers. There's no way in. Yes, there's nothing to see inside here. It's just concrete bunkers, and gun positions would have been on the top. So now we're going to go to a rocket testing site. So this, I believe, is a rocket testing structure. I'm at the Needles viewpoint, and just round the corner should be the Needles. Whoa. Oh my god. Look at it. Awesome. And it's a good position to look back at the rocket testing site. I don't think you can get in anything. Pretty amazing structure. Now it's barricaded off. Another good picture of the Alum Bay and Hurst Castle with the lighthouse and the rest of the Solent. I'm just walking along here a bit, so along here is the Tennyson Trail. Goes to the Tennyson Monument, but I don't think I'm going to go that far. I'm just going to go maybe half a mile along here and then cut down towards the car park. See if we've got views of the west coast from the top. So that's looking down the west coast of the island. Probably can't make it out. I think that's Tennyson Monument in the middle. Needles are behind me, and then this is the north side. What a glorious day. See for miles. A marker stone here. Off the top of my head I don't know what that means, but I know someone who might. Julie, Leon. On my map it says 1516 feet above sea level, so that may well be what it is. Just going to have a look out over this. There's a plateau bit just here. See what I can see. Well, the car park is certainly a bit chocker. You can just see my van. There's someone parked behind it. Well, that's stupid, because I was on a ridge. Anyway, there's plenty of walking around here.